Okay, question 3 about a coach party of adults and children going on a fairground ride. Just jot down some of the facts that we're given. We know that there are 15 cars, there's 6 children. I'll go blurry again, excuse me. 6 children or 5 adults per car. Bear with me a second, I'm just going to turn this autofocus off. Ticket for each adult is £3.20 and child is £2.25. Now, the equation that I write down is x over 5 plus y over 6 is 15. What does she mean by x and y? You can see straight away that there's a link between 5 and the 5 and the 6 and the 6 and the 15. So the guess that you might want to make is it's something to do with children and adults. And in fact, if we say x is the number of adults and y is the number of children, that's actually the answer. And why is it the answer? Well, we know there need to be 15 cars, and for each car it's either going to be a multiple of 6 children or 5 adults. So let's assume that there are, stay over here, let's assume there's 10 adult cars, and that would mean there's 5 child cars. From this we know that means there's going to be 50 adults and 30. So we're sort of working backwards. Now for that to work, if there's 50 adults and 30 child cars, this gives us our equation. You can sort of begin to see why for the total number of adults you divide them by 5 and that gives you your adult car. Total number of children is 30 in our case. Divide by 6 and that gives you the number of child cars. Add those together, 15, 10 and 5, and you need to get 15. Okay, part B. Trying to get better at keeping this on the screen. Write down a second equation involving x and y. Well, we can use the money that's spent. We know that the total cost, I should have written this down, 220 is total spend. So we know that £3.20 times the total number of adults plus £2.25 times the total number of children is 220. Okay, so if there were 100 adults and 100 children, you would get £320 spent on adults and 225 spent on children. This is what this multiplication is doing. Part C is 2 parts. Solve the equation and find out how many people are on the coach and how much less the ride would have cost if only the children had gone. Selfish adults. Right. So we've got 2 sets of simultaneous equations. I'm going to rewrite this. I'm going to get rid of the fractions by multiplying by 30, which will give me 6x plus 5y is 30 times 15, which is 450. And I'm going to try and get rid of one set of decimals here. I'm not going to worry about them though, but I'm going to multiply this by 4. So 4 times this is 12.8x plus 4 times 2.25, which is 9y, and 4 times 220 is 880. So we've got a slightly simpler set of simultaneous equations. Now, I want to cancel out the y's. I'm going to choose those. Could do those, I just think this looks a little bit easier. So I'm going to times the top one by 9 and the bottom one by 5, which gives us another set. We can rewrite it rather. And we can say that that is 54x, so 9 times 6x is 54x. 9 times 5y is 45y, and 9 times 450 is 4050. Okay, so timesing 5 all along the bottom. 5 times 12.8 is 60 plus 4 is 64x. That's 45y. And then 5 times 880 is 4,400. Okay, and now we can cancel out. We can subtract, and we get minus 10x is minus 350. So x is 35. We can then plug that back in here. So y is, oops, gone off again, I keep on doing that. Y is, so if we plug it back into this equation, 450 minus 6 lots of 35, that's that, all divided by 5. So that's slightly slower. So this equation here we can rearrange as 5y equals 450 minus 6x. Going off the screen, just in a different direction this time. So we've just taken that 6x and moved it over, and then what we're going to do is divide that all by 5. And there's our equation. This is how I've got that, by plugging in the value of 35 as x. And then this is 90 minus 42, which is 48. Okay, so in terms of question 1, how many people on the coach? There are 48 and 35, that is 83 people on the coach. Okay, if only the children had gone on it, adults hadn't barged their way to the front of the queue, well, there's 35 adults, and they each cost, if we go all the way back to the top, they cost £3.20. So 35 times £3.20 is it's the same as 7 times 16, which is £112 less. Okay, and that's the answer to question 3.